Here we have today is a 2008 Peugeot 207 1.4 S SW, which stands for station wagon or estate or old jalopy, whatever you want to call it. We'll start with the bad news. It's got a noisy top end engine. There is something on the top end of the engine. The best guess is going to be a little end or possibly a cam. Quite unusual because it's done very low mileage, 2 owners, full service history. So we haven't got a proper explanation. However, this was part exchanged in for a new one, as they wanted a new car anyway. So they're just passing the buck, as it were, to the next owner. But cheap as chips, delivered free of charge, or come and collect, no problem. That's the bad news out the way. So I repeat, noisy top end. It drives perfectly. In fact, it goes quieter as you drive. I've spoke to the garage. They seem to think that it'll drive like this for ages. So you could put up with it and just have a noisy top end, or get somebody to fix that at your own leisure, or go and get a second-hand 1.4 engine and break it up and put the top end on this bottom end. You've got lots of options there, folks. So that's out the way. So we'll start with all the good news. This was supplied by Heaton's Garage, a friend of mine. They've been at the same premises. They're just getting used to the job. They've only been doing it for 69 years. They supplied it. They have a contract with Motability, so they got it from Motability when it was only 3 years old, and they supplied it to the last owner. As I say, this week they've just taken it back in part exchanged and supplied the next owner with another car. So we know the history, we know the whereabouts of the vehicle, we know it's been looked after. However, unfortunately, we do have this strange one in this condition, that it's got this little noisy from the engine. So you can make your own mind up of how that's happened, but it's reflected in the price. So it's absolutely immaculate, folks. Just looking at the past MOT history, it's just got a couple of advisories. I think there's a brake disc imbalance or pit on the current MOT. Every single MOT from brand new, it's passed first time without a single advisory, except for the first one. The MOT inspector in 2011 obviously got out of bed the wrong way and decided to give it an advisory of a puncture. That's it. So one former keeper. So you can see the bodywork. There's absolutely nothing detrimental to say. I'm certainly not going to be overstating it, because at this money I don't want anyone coming and getting the microscope out, start pulling it up on something silly. I think the worst I can come up with, and in fact I thought that was damage, it wasn't. A bit of fluff. I think that corner bumper there shows signs of it's been painted, or it's just got a bit stone chippy. But just that bottom of the corner bumper there, that's it. Everything else, all straight panels, all through the line. Right, let's have a look at that engine. We've just checked it for the usual things. There's no back pressure. The oil's nice and clean, because it's been serviced that many times. So it really is a strange one, this, how it's got. My best guess is it's a top end, a little shell has picked up a little bit of dirt somehow and just scored a cam, but there you go. It's just as it's come in. I'll start the engine. I understand the sound is not brilliant on an iPhone microphone, but there you go. It'll probably sound a little bit worse than what it actually does, but I prefer it that way. Expect the worst, and then anything else is a bonus. rev the engine. I've just drove it. I've just been up to motorway speed, no problem. Most people would just drive that forever. But at least you know. Probably make more than what I'm going to ask for it at auctions. Someone will buy at the auctions thinking it just wants an oil change or something. Or sometimes they don't even start them up, but there you go. Honesty is the best policy. Absolutely spotless. This is just as it's coming. All over mats, underneath lovely, no marks. It just couldn't be any more genuine, this, except for the noise. Did I mention the noise on the engine? 48,000 miles, no warning light, starts up on the button, steering wheel lovely, electric windows, of course everything works just as it should do. This is the S model, so it's got a little bit of spec towards it, air conditioning, that's fully charged and icy cold. You've also got the full size, I don't know what they call them these days, moon roof, sunroof, glass roof. Well, there you go. Electric retractable. Absolutely spotless. 5-speed manual, never been smoked in. Side airbags. Just have a quick look at this paperwork. So it's a shame that that's happened because the last owner was so particular. We've had it since 2011. So with that pedantic, they even laminated the MOT. So there you go, 2 advisories, brake disc worn, tyre worn. Now there is an invoice for tyres, so I'm assuming that tyre's been replaced. All mileage is backed up by VOSA online history. There's lots of invoices, as well as the service history. 300 miles, 5,000 mile, 9, 16. That was when it was supplied to the last owner, by the way, in 2011 at 9,000 miles. The last owner, or the second owner, has done from 9,000 to 48,000. 16,000, 22, 29, 35, and last in September at 43,000. So they bought it from Heaton's Garage, and they've just bought a new one there and part exchange this. And there you go, folks. Just have a quick look in the boot. Very flexible vehicle this, nice and easy. I can do it one-handed with one hand on the camera, into place. Rear headrests, wind up rear windows, all the door cards are nice in the boot. Boot area is nice. Most of these are being used as dog wagons, but that's not the case here. There's no doggy smells. Spur wheel, brand new, space saver. Luggage cover. There you go. So cheap as chips, 2008, 1.4 petrol. Just got a noisy top end engine. Tappet camshaft, journal, we're not quite sure, but at this price we're not going to investigate. I actually don't buy and sell cars anymore. Been doing it for 30 years. I just concentrate on motorhomes, as you'll see by my other items on eBay. Or feel free to Google my mobile number. You'll see 2 million video hits on YouTube for motorhomes. But now and again, the odd one comes my way. And this one's far too good to go to the auction. It's a collection from Scarisbrick, which is northwest of England near Southport. Or because I know this car so well, I'll actually deliver this and drive this personally anywhere in the United Kingdom and get the train back. Just ring me up to arrange.